ended up giving me a second-degree burn, leaving my pink flesh showing. I realized she snipped me with her scissors while cutting the extra lace off the ear area.
You see that there's a stylist in Toronto that's apparently using me and my business partner's work, claiming that it's her.
Wagwan, everybody. Welcome to a next episode of Taught the Things podcast. This is the part 2 for our season finale. And the episode that I did previously to this was named The Problem with Toronto Hairstylist. So this is the second part to this video. We're going to be going back into the previous case, and I want to just play the last clip where the lady was responding to the customer. That's the lady with the $400 wig. And this video will not make sense if you did not watch part 1. So you need to go back and go watch part 1 before you watch part 2. So I'm going to play the rest of that lady's live explaining it. And then we're going to get into a second case. Now, you see, this case is fucking crazy. And this one, ooh, just wait till we get into it.
Highlight, and I already know from our messages that she wants light highlight. So do you still want it? She said yeah. Also, in which part of that interaction did I gaslight her? She keeps saying that I gaslit her. Which part of that conversation did I gaslight her? And I said that I would get my client to recap the encounter with her when she came in. And even before I could message my client ended up sending me the TikTok of her to me and said there's no way. After Courtney left, I said to her, I was hesitant to sell her the wig because she was giving me a hard time over text. And she was asking me why, and I was telling her she kept asking me to dye the hair over, and I refused. Okay, so this is my I'm attaching my client's reaction. So this is my client's reaction to just seeing the girl's TikTok. I'm gonna attach videos of the wig because she said the wig was stiff when she was there, but the only reason she bought it because she felt pressured and she felt gaslighted. She said the only reason the wig looked good is because I put a whole bunch of products. But if you know anything about hair, if you put a whole bunch of products in the hair, it's not gonna make it look better, it's gonna make it look worse. I get a message from her and she says, this wig is unacceptable. And I respond, what's the issue? And as I respond, what's the issue, I start getting a call. If I get a message like that, I'm automatically anxious. What happened? How's the wig not good? And then the same number that was calling me ended up sending me a message and said, don't respond to that girl. She has you on TikTok live. She's showing our messages,
on a green screen.
She told me who it is, and I was like, are you serious? I was like, okay, thanks for letting me know. Automatically, I was mad because if you have an issue with a product I sold you, the right thing to do is to message me and figure out how we can move forward. And then depending on how I move, about the situation, then you say, okay, you know what? I'm taking this to social media. So prior to even messaging me, you went to social media. Also, she toned the hair and washed it and everything. And everybody in the comments are telling her, don't tell me that she already put more chemicals and did whatever to the hair. And now the hair is fried. Don't tell me that she did any of that. Just message me and say the hair is unacceptable. But they're telling her not to tell me what she did to the hair. So from there, I'm pissed because you're playing games with me. You're on live. You have my number on live on TikTok and you have over 20K followers. You have my number there. And instead of you messaging me what the problem is, you're asking the people in your live to help you message me. But if there was a problem with my product, you are the only person that could know what the issue is. So you should be messaging me directly and telling me what you're finding wrong with the wig. How can you ask somebody else in the live, what should I say?
So you guys just heard that, and I'm going to get into my thoughts again at the end of this podcast, but I just want to move straight on to the next case, which was a lady who got scammed on her birthday for a wig that she said she paid $700 for. Now you see this one now. The lady's face was bun up, ear dig out. Somehow her ear got chopped off. Well, not chopped off, but I'm going to play you guys the video of her complaining about it, talking about, the color wasn't right, and then showing that her ear got chopped off and her face got bun up with a hot comb. And she's gonna talk and say whatever, and then I'm gonna play you guys the owner's response, and then I'm gonna get into something else again because the story don't even stop there. So listen to this lady. I'll be right back.
I really didn't want to have to make this video, but seeing as the hairstylist has blocked me instead of resolving the issue, it is my only resort. A little bit ago, I hired Infinite Glamour to do my birthday hair. I paid her nearly $700 for a wig, a custom color, and the installation of the wig a day before my birthday. Immediately when she showed me the wig at the appointment, I saw it was much lighter and redder/oranger than the dark cocoa brown color I had requested. Other than that, I saw no issues at the time. I let her know the color wasn't what was requested, but told her there's nothing we can do at this point, so we moved to install it. She installed it, and as soon as I got home and looked in the mirror with clear, good lighting, I immediately saw everything that was wrong. And the coloring job she did was horrendous. She overbleached the knots to blonde, and the frontal and bundles were two completely different colors, and the install itself was terrible. I was also so shocked, and I know you guys are wondering why I didn't say anything at the appointment, but it was because she was working out of her basement and had very low lighting and a ring light in the corner, and I couldn't see anything wrong, otherwise would have said something. So I messaged her and immediately started taking off the wig and told her this was unwearable. There was so much wrong with it. It was as if she didn't try it all, especially with the coloring job. She then proceeded to argue with me and tell me I should have said something at the appointment, and then I reiterated that her lighting was so bad I couldn't see any of it. I told her I wanted a refund on the hair and would drop it off in the morning, but was still willing to pay for the terrible install because she still spent time, to which she refused and only sent a very small portion of the near $700 I paid her. And the worst part is what happened next. Upon taking off the wig, I found out the hot comb she accidentally burned me with during the appointment ended up giving me a second-degree burn, leaving my pink flesh showing. I was so shocked, and you could see where the hot comb burned through the lace and into my head. But it gets worse. I looked at my ear, and I was also feeling pain there, and realized she snipped me with her scissors while cutting the extra lace off the ear area. After I realized this, I immediately asked for a full refund and gave her a picture proof of everything that happened. It's not just the fact that she did a terrible hair job, it's that she injured me in two different ways. One that is going to leave me with scarring. Not once did she apologize for anything. She then decided to completely block me, so I have no way of communicating with her. It's just unprofessional for her to act like this.
So I'm sure you guys have seen this video circulating around, and I just wanted to get on here to address some things that have been spun out of proportion for own personal gain and explain what really happened. So this client DM'd me reaching out to purchase a wig. She immediately started bargaining and trying to negotiate our prices, and just came with an attitude and energy that was not genuine. And then we still decided to work with her. I'm not the type of person that allows personal feelings to get involved with business, so I still worked with her. We found a discounted option that would work best for her, and we proceeded with the service. Prior to this client's appointment, she received a full video of what the wig looked like in natural lighting, as in raw sunlight outside, as well as inside lighting with our studio lights and a ring light, essentially. She didn't voice any concerns about the color. She did say it was actually a really pretty color, and she would see me at the appointment. During the appointment, the client let me know that the color was lighter than she had hoped, and I gave her many options of what we could do to rectify the situation. She decided to choose the option where we would put temporary hair dye on the wig at the frontal part only to blend with her skin color more seamlessly. She also advised me that she was okay with having this done. I gave her about three different options to choose from, so she didn't really necessarily have to choose this option. However, she did. And all was fine. Throughout the appointment, she watched me do it, and nothing was said, really. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering how we got to the point of the burn. So the reason that I don't fully believe this client was unsatisfied with her hair is because she had her phone in her face the entire time. She was constantly taking Snapchats. She had her hands in her hair, constantly touching her hair, itching her hair, just constantly in the way. And this client was also advised about 4 times, I want to say, to put her hands down as I was hot combing, to put her phone down as I was hot combing, and to just simply relax and allow me to fulfill the service to the best of my ability. However, unfortunately, that was not the case. And as the client continued putting her hands in her hair, she was in turn burned with the hot comb. Now, I've taken full accountability for this because as a hairstylist, any injury is on you. And I pride myself on creating a safe space for my clients to come to and receive their services. So upon this happening, my client did, she said, ouch. And I immediately apologized and I let her know that to continue the service, it would be best if she did not put her hands in her hair and did not continue to take videos and put the camera directly in the way of which I was working, which she still continued to ignore. Now, as for the cut on the ear, as a stylist, if you know, or just someone that installs wigs, you know that if you cut lace and you cut skin, you will know. There's no way to not know. At the time of this appointment, absolutely no ears were cut. Her lace was actually way shorter than where that cut was made. So it would be physically impossible for me to have cut her ear while doing her service. She also didn't receive layers or anything of the sort for me to have had scissors near that part of her ear. So I'm not sure where that got thrown in, but that is completely false information. And again, I would have held myself accountable if that was the case, because I'm not the type of person to do something to someone and ignore it. This client, well, we'll get to that. After the service was fulfilled, the client was asked 5 times if she did like her hair, and her first initial reaction upon getting out of the chair and looking in the mirror was, "Oh my gosh, I love it." So at that point, I was under the complete impression that the client was happy with her install. I have 4 lights on in the area that I do hair, both 2 ring lights and as well as 2 actual ceiling lights, and all were on throughout the appointment. I also have a mirror directly in front of the chair, and she looked in it. She also looked in her camera mirror. I also offered to turn the ring lights so that she can get a good look. I also have a bathroom with a mirror attached in which she could have looked in, and she said, "No, I'm happy, it looks good." And then after the appointment, I'm walking the client out. We go outside. It's pouring rain outside, and this client decides to stand in the pouring rain waiting on her Uber with no head tie, no hood on, no melt band, no bonnet, after getting freshly applied lace. I'm sure we all know what the result of freshly applied lace will be. If you go and add any moisture to your hair after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or even 30 minutes after getting your wig installed, your wig install will come up. The glue on that install will start to glob up, and it will be a result of what she was showing in this video. That is just inevitable. It could be Arrogant Tay that did your wig install. It could be Infinite Glamour that did your wig install. If you stand in the pouring rain after getting a wig install, that will be the result. And because I am knowledgeable about this, I advised her to come back inside and actually invited her to wait in my home until her Uber had arrived so that she didn't get her hair wet after already getting her hair wet. I'm not sure if after leaving my house and going in the Uber, she still wore her hair uncovered, which I would not be surprised because she was already standing in the rain with her hair uncovered. So as a result, her explaining to me that she was upset with her install when she got home, I explained that, hey, this might be why, and we can still fix the install, as I know it's her birthday the next day. I'm still willing to redo the install for you or offer you your money back. She proceeded to scream and argue and fight the entire time because she wanted to also return the wig for not liking the color, even after the color being altered was her own personal decision that was made during the appointment. So this client continued to harass me until 5 a.m. and she also decided to show up to my house with unknown men and continuously just blow things way out of proportion and cross so many boundaries that resulted in her being blocked. Now, I prioritize my client's safety. I also prioritize my client's shopping experience when shopping with me, and I value all of the customers that decide to choose me at the end of the day. This situation has been addressed many times with the client. However, she decides to continuously show aggressive behavior, so there's not much more I can do. She was substantially refunded, and she also was given aftercare instructions in which she did not want to take. She still did take the refund. So I'm not really sure where this narrative has come. If you've booked with me or shopped with me, you know that I bend my back for my clients. I always have and I always will. And moving forward, I just don't feel like people should use social media as a way to gain attention, because there's always two sides to a story. And that's all.
So the hairstylist had decided to make a response video, and I wanted to address some things that she had said. First and foremost, I just want to say, guys, it's truly scary the extent a person can go to keep up with a lie. There is multiple things she's lying about, and I just want to clear the air. Firstly, I want to start with her saying that I had an attitude at the appointment. This is a lie. I was super excited to get my hair done because my birthday was the next day, and I also told her it had been a good amount of time since I had last gotten my hair installed. Just to backtrack a bit, I did ask her initially a week before the install to send me pictures of when she colors the hair so I can see how it looks. She didn't end up doing that, so the morning of, I messaged her asking about a video of the hair color, and I was super sweet and I told her I was excited to have my hair done. She sent a video of it, and this is what she showed me. I'm also showing the timestamps because I did initially see what she sent, and at first I was like, this is way too light, and then I had sent it over to my sisters to see what they were saying. So she double texted me asking me about the hair, and then that's when I asked her, are there spots lighter on the hair, or is it uniform? To which she then confirmed, oh, it is pretty uniform, like there aren't very mismatchy colors in the hair. She also goes on to say that she put temporary dye on the top of the hair to make it a darker color. But I just want to ask, have you guys ever seen someone put temporary dye on only just one part of the hair, which is the entire frontal but none of the bundles? It just doesn't make sense. And in what time did she do that during the appointment? Because she was installing on me the whole time. As for the burn, it's kind of scary for her to say that she told me to put my phone down multiple times when I never had my phone up, only when I took a picture of the ponytail that she attempted to do. I'll insert a picture here. So this is the ponytail that she had done on me, and this is the only time I took my phone out to make sure that the ponytail was looking proper and if it was in the middle of my head. I did tell her to take this ponytail out. It just kind of looked off, so I just told her it's okay, we'll straighten the hair and just leave it be. She also initially did put a show on for me to watch at the beginning of the appointment, so I was literally just watching that the entire time. Not once did she ever tell me to put my phone down, so it's really concerning that she would say something like that. She is also deciding to lie about cutting my ear. You can see the lace is very low at my sideburns and it's covering my ear. So she needed to cut that area to even achieve how low the hair is. The fact that she's also saying I said I loved it is quite scary and diabolical. I got up from the chair, I looked and thanked her for the service, and we went upstairs for me to leave. She never offered me any bathroom to use, let alone to check my hair, so I'm not sure what she's saying about the fact that she asked me if I like my hair 5 times. And when have you ever heard a stylist ask a person more than 1 or 2 times if they like their hair? So, next, when we got upstairs, we stood in her foyer inside her house as it was raining and waited for my ride to pull up. And I got in immediately with a hood on. She has a Ring camera, and I would very much like her to upload the footage to see my hair was covered with my hood and also show that I had immediately got into my ride. She also is deciding to lie about the fact that I showed up to her house with men the next day. That morning, I told her that I was gonna come by to drop off the hair and we can talk in person because honestly, we were not hearing each other out over text. So I wanted to do this in person and try to come to a resolution. I did come the next morning with my sister and politely asked to talk to her. I'll insert the screenshot of that right now. So I asked her to come out and talk, and she's saying that I showed up with men, but I didn't have any men with me. I only showed up with my sister. And I'm pleading for you to upload the Ring camera footage to show it was just 2 girls standing at the door and no men on site. I wouldn't do that to somebody. I feel like it's unnecessary to get that many people or men involved in a situation that only revolves around hair. Like, I feel like she's just talking in circles, and just like these comments say, I really just want her to upload proof of what she's saying. I really just want her to really upload the Ring camera footage to show I was never in the rain with my hair uncovered. I'm not stupid enough to do that. And also the fact that I never showed up with any men at her door. I think the Ring camera footage would really just prove those allegations along with all the other lies she decided to tell during this appointment.
This Toronto wig supplier tried to change her name and rebrand after scamming people. She was known as the Bread House. Beware of this person who can't even bleach the knots of a wig correctly.
So you guys just heard that. And like I said, the story gets even worse because now you come to find out says the lady who supposedly is running these services, it's not even her work that she's advertising. It's a light skinned lady from Florida, I think it was, somewhere in the US. How do people do these things? Remember in the Bonix part 2 video I did when I was talking about the people that was messaging me saying that she was doing nails, but the nails them weren't even her work. How do you take a next person's work in today's society and not expect for the people them to I would go straight to your fucking door if I ever hear say you took my pictures off my Tree Bills page and is trying to sell it like it's yours. This shit is crazy, bro. So I'm gonna play you guys the lady talking about how the picture is hers and the work is hers, and I'll be right back.
And on top of the fact that like it's happening, you guys getting scammed, and our work's not even getting recognition, and we're the ones that are doing it. So it's the wigs were from Remalux Co. That's my business partner's brand name, and then my page is Meal Melted It. And yeah, you guys shop, you guys book, and I'm really sorry to the girl this happened to. And we're Miami based in Florida. We're in South Florida, not in Canada. So yeah, just to let you guys know.
All right, so you guys just heard that. And I'm going to go over my thoughts for each of the cases. First case, the lady with the eyelash. What I believe is that when you are doing business, even though these customers are fucking crazy as hell, if I tell you some of the story, them, do you guys remember when I was beefing with fucking Sunrise? I was beefing with a whole franchise at one point. These customers and these people talk to small businesses crazy, and they deal with us weeds sometimes. We always have to run them down for money, and I have some stories, so I know where a lot of these business owners are coming from. But never, ever, ever has I once carry on in such form. Um, it's a lot of attitude coming from the female side on the phone, but they're both female. But from both of them, the way the customer was talking, and then she's only trying to record the parts where she sounds good. You have to put all of it in there if you're gonna put it in there. But I can get it, the lash owner lady, she was pissed off. Like you would like I can get where she's coming from, man. But at the same time, that attitude, sis, it can't work, fam. And this is why people don't like to deal with the black community and our small businesses. And we have such a bad rep because we're miserable, man. The next case I wanted to go over now is the lady with the wig. The one that I was laughing at before. I just keep picturing the fucking wig in my head. Like, what the hell, bro? Um, the lady's response again, what that the attitude, guys. It's not really what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it, how you're coming across. The energy you're giving off is not gonna make people want to listen to you, family. Um, Even though, like I said, I believe that in a way she was in a right, in the way she was in a wrong, but she is the way you're coming off just so like I don't want to talk about like fuck bro. Like you just can't carry on. So I know, bro. They get like that, but we have to just cuss them off and talk like that behind the scene. And when we're talking to them and we're on camera, we have to move better than that. That's just how customer service work. Tell them everything you want to tell them when they're not listening and behind the door. But when you're addressing the public, especially about your business, talking about a situation like this, you cannot just carry on like that. Um, I've had to have give refund. It sucks, but bro, give the people them back their refund because the service isn't due. In that case where she was saying that the lady mash up the hair because she overworked it or whatever, and the other lady saying, well, is the hair not supposed to be able to can work on if I'm spending $400 on it? Just give them the refund. Just take the loss because it prevents things like this. Now, in regards to the third case, the one we just talked about, this lady is fully fucking wrong in all form and all way. But to come find out, said the page was a scamming page. The people, them work that you took from somewhere in the US and use that as your own work. And then when people come to get the work done, you're chopping off ear and burning up face and come on, man, black people. We have to do better, please, black people, please. It just doesn't look good in like, boy, I don't even know. Like, this is why I do so good in my customer service and in tree bills because I know that the black community is scar. They're not used to having good services from small businesses. Fuck small businesses, big businesses. The service is terrible when it comes to black people. So I emphasize on making sure that my customer service is top tier because I can't have something like this with my business. And I feel like a lot of these people that are doing these business, even though they say they've been doing hair for years and stuff, I think they're new business owners. Um, you can't just come into business just so because everybody knows that there's going to be customers like this and you're supposed to be trained on how to deal with them. I was supervisor at Tim Hortons for 2 years, worked there for about 4 years. So I was already trained when it comes to customer service. Even though I used to fuck up some of them customers, I was still trained when it came to customer service. And I carried all of that to Tree Bills with me. Also, I took entrepreneurship, I took business, I took marketing. I know how to do these things because I took the actual class and not some class I found on Instagram. I took actual government classes for these, got credits for these, graduated from these. So I know what it is. I know what it takes to run a business and to have customer service. And I always said I would go to Jamaica and teach them for free because the customer service that black people have is just not good. But my thoughts on this whole situation in general is that once again, bro, black people need to do better. I want you guys to let me know what you think about each individual case, who you think was in the wrong. Tell me some of your stories and keep the discussion going. And we'll talk next time on Talk the Things podcast. If you're planning an event from now until the end of March, I have great news. Tree Bills Food is offering 30% off caterings and 15% off box food. Enter promo code MeHungry at the end of your order to receive the discount. Once again, the promo code is MeHungry, MIHUNGR, all caps.